show.
It won't be late.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We in. Right now, we're going to start the discussion for Attack on Titan, chapter 121. Lots of crazy shit going on. So right now, we're just going to just spitball some shit, figure out what's going on as much as we can figure out. And this is my homie, Jay the Legend.
What's
Truly
up?
a legend.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother.
And we got other people probably joining, probably most likely already another person, and then that's probably it. So what's your thoughts on the chapter, though?
Overall, I like the chapter. I actually spent time catching up, so I read like the last 3 chapters that have just dropped. So I'm kind of like super refreshed on what's going on. But I think the biggest confusion for me is kind of just finding out about, first of all, seeing who the founder is, like the founder Ymir, like finally seeing her and seeing just this husk of a woman that's basically just a slave to whoever holds the coordinate. And I'm just like, okay, this was what I expected, but then it's like, okay, who actually has control over her? At first we see it's Zeke, and I'm like, okay, Zeke has control, Zeke has the upper hand. And then it seems like Eren has the upper hand. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, yo, who's in control here? And I think it's hard for me to understand who's in control here. At the end, it seems like Zeke's in control, but I'm not 100% certain. So that's where I'm left off at.
Like for me, like if you look at what's her name? I forget her name. Ymir, she looks really like her clothing looks really tattered. Like she's been through some shit. She's obviously like I don't see her as like high noble living as much as you would see anybody else.
Right.
Like as far as what I'm seeing, she's mostly like I said in the chapter before, she's basically a slave to the system. And she's only able to follow what's being told to her. And so like when it comes down to it, like as far as Eren goes, his whole entire demeanor throughout the chapter has been kind of like his face has been turned like really grimace throughout the chapter. You can see his facial expression throughout the chapter, like from page 1 onward until you get down. It's like you don't know really if he's the villain or the protagonist in the story anymore. Like,
and no, I'm with you on that. That's the confusing part, because it's like, okay, it seems like Eren is going down a villainous route just by the way. It's like, okay, Zeke is trying to be noble and like end his people's entire existence via just being celibate. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, that seems a little messed up. And it's like, okay, do we actually have, because there's always the question of, is the history really what we think it is? Like, when are we going to get the bona fide real history? Because there's still like question marks over whether the Eldians are actually the devils that people say they are or not.
What's up, Art?
Yo. What's up, Jay?
Yo, what's up, bro?
So, all right, what's your thoughts of the chapter? Sorry to cut you in on it, but what's your thoughts of the chapter, Ari?
Chapter was wild. It left me just like honestly, just with more questions than answers, which I think is good. There's so many things happening in these last 2 chapters that to like actually talk about it without spoiling anything is like so hard. Like I really don't want to like it's just so I thought the chapters have been great. The last 2 chapters have been like best 2 chapters.
Nah, you're free to spoil though.
Oh, in that case, it's at this point it's like I have so many questions about the Attack Titan. Like it seems so much more OP than what I thought it was. Like I remember when they were introducing like the different Titans that the Eldians could transform into.
Yeah.
And the Attack Titan seemed like the weakest one out of everyone.
Right.
And now it seems like the strongest. So it's like I have an entire 180 on like what the Attack Titan is. I thought it was weak. Now it's just so strong. Like I can't I can't see it not working. But again, there's a lot of conditions with it, so
Yeah, like
it's just
currently, I
at
see
this
like
point.
no,
go on.
like I see the importance of the attack titan now throughout the chapters. They've been expressing how important the attack titan is, and up to now, I didn't see it as important. I was like, okay, it's just the image of freedom. But as of now, like the fact that it could go into the past, like it once it's in the past, if it has royal blood, it could basically change history throughout everything just by whispering someone's ear.
Right.
Like
exactly.
so,
It's like literally a time machine. It's
yeah.
literally like what's more OP than a time machine? Like, can't think of anything.
Like, you mind repeating what you were saying, Jay, real quick, so I can hear what you're saying about the whole entire Ymir thing?
No, I was just curious, like what with Ymir, it's just like, okay, with the whole Eldian stuff, do we actually know what like the real history is of what happened way back when the Titans first came about? Like, are the Eldians really as evil as the Marleyans say they are and the world say they are? Are they really like absolute devils, or is it just like, because history is written by the winner, so we've never gotten like bona fide, this is history. The author's only written out, this is the Marleyan truth, this is the Eldian truth. So I'm just like, okay, what's the actual truth? And then I think we would get a better answer around Ymir if we actually got that truth. So that's why I'm confused.
Yeah, I feel you. Because
I see what you're saying. But didn't they do a prequel manga like about all that stuff? I remember reading something like an extended history.
The prequel wasn't about Ymir. It was about before Eren. I think it was like the first time. It was like the first time they found a Titan in the walls or something like that. It was something like that. It was like Erwin's
I think what it was. Yeah, I think what it was there was like a lady within the walls that like fell in love with a Titan or something, and like she got like I can't remember exactly, but I remember there was definitely a connection between a human woman and a Titan that was like on the outside of the wall.
Right, I remember.
Like,
okay.
But that's about all I remember from it. And it's just like you're saying, I don't think it spoke about Ymir, but that might reveal like some hints, maybe, as to like what couldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like they, like you're saying, like history's written by the winners, like how it might show like how they could have tried to cover that up, maybe, like how that universe would have tried to cover up like the city like loves this Titan. We can't let people like do this again. So like this is what we're gonna say.
No, that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I'm right on board with you too.
Like, and like I was saying earlier, I was telling them like throughout the from page 1 onward to the end, you can see like Eren's face grown even darker, more serious, like to the point that you can't tell who's actually the protagonist and who's the antagonist. But from my point of view, Zeke's way is more extreme than Eren's because you're literally performing genocide when you can at least like battle out and save more than you really would against the battling forces.
Right.
Like, from my point of view, I'm thinking Zeke is worse, but Eren's way is more actively aggressive,
right,
than Zeke's way.
I think Eren's method is destructive, and it's only going to lead to more violence. I just think, but Zeke's way seems really simpish to me, and I don't rock with it at all. It just reeks of insecurity, and Zeke just seems like a spoiled, broken child to me. When he used to have this aura about him that was very intelligent. He just seems like a child now.
Yeah, he's one of those people that cried victim even though he was not part of the situation.
Exactly. And I was like, yo, man, you sold out at the end of the day, I get you had a tough childhood, but you sold out your family, bro.
Your mother and your father. You literally killed both of them if possible.
Yeah, that's true. No, what you were saying about being like a lot more like angry or having like a more violent outcome. Like, I absolutely agree. Like, ever since you know, his mother was eaten by a Titan, and like he had that like his whole drive was just like, I'm gonna kill every Titan. Like, that is my mission. That is what I'm gonna do. I have a feeling like that's gonna come back in some way, like that passion to like do what he thinks is right. But what that exactly is at this point, I have no, like it's that's up for debate. You know, like that's what I would say.
Yeah, and like as far as like their dad Grisha, like he had second thoughts on going in and doing what he did to the Titan, like doing to the royal family. It for me, it was mostly crazy seeing like Aaron pull a General Palpatine in the background. Like basically, he was basically General Palpatine in that scene.
Right, like
that was
he
creepy.
like the yeah, like he had like the master plan. Like, aha, what you didn't know.
He pulled that
all
as
the
really
entire
HBO type of moment.
That is super impressive on Aaron's part. Yeah, like it shows like how much more of a strategist he is.
Like it's funny because like Zeke thought it was actually his dad that brainwashed Aaron, but it's actually Aaron who brainwashed his dad. And so this whole time Zeke's spouting all this shit in the last chapter, and Aaron knows the whole outcome of what's going to happen. And Aaron's like, no, you got completely wrong. It's actually me that's puppeteering all this going on.
Right.
And when he bent
see,
down,
that's so crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go on.
Not like when he bent down to his dad, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Because there's at that moment, I'm like, I realized, no, Zeke, you had it wrong the whole time. It's actually Aaron. He's like literally the guy in the background pulling on strings.
Right. So would it be in a way that he's like, yo, Aaron is basically the guy that screwed up Zeke's life? Is it kind of like that, or is it because it's like it's confusing to me because I'm trying to understand is Aaron can manipulate memories, right? So he is because his dad had the attack Titan. He saw Aaron's memories, and in Aaron's memories, Aaron told him what to do.
I think it's mostly like I'm not sure how to put it.
I think Aaron really I think Aaron is aware that he's capable of doing that now, but like just in the last chapter, you know, he didn't even know that, you know, when he was in that plane with Ymir, he didn't know like those chains were gonna show up. So like I think he has an idea of what he can do, but I don't think he has like mastery of like, okay, I'm gonna implant these memories here and like have you see them and like do this. I still think he's kind of like learning all these things. Even with what he was doing to Grisha, like what you were saying, hype. Like I think he legitimately said that because like he wanted his father to believe that. I don't think he said that to him to like intentionally say to Zeke, yeah, like I was brainwashing Grisha. Like I think it just kind of happened accidentally, and like now this is the result that we have. Like I don't think like he intentionally knew like, all right, I'm about to go in the past. Zeke's gonna come with me. I'm gonna show him how I manipulated Grisha's memories. I don't think like he thought that far ahead, but I could be wrong. Like he's fucking Aaron right now.
This guy has a trap card for every movement. Seems like it. Like,
right?
Are we talking about Zeke or Aaron?
Aaron.
Yeah, he does.
Like so far, he's been one step ahead of Zeke throughout the whole story. Feels like it. Like even when Zeke thought he had Aaron within his hand, his palm in his hand, Aaron let him know in this whole entire thing. Like, no, I've been playing along to your whole thing. I'm not the perfect brother that you want to be on your side. I'm not the little brother that will look looks to his older brother for information or just to find out what's going on. No, I know what I need to do. I want to kill. And that's basically it.
But at least it's consistent, right?
And that's kind of like going back to what you were saying, Jay. That kind of ties back into what Zeke wants. You know, Zeke, I guess, wanted a family, even though he turned his family in. Like that's what he's been like. You know, he wanted those ties, so like he kind of like extended it to Aaron and thought Aaron wanted the same thing, kind of like they were like the same father and stuff.
Right.
But Zeke was wrong. Like Aaron doesn't want any of that. Aaron just like has a goal, and like he's gonna see to everything in his power at this point that like nothing's gonna get in his way. Like he's on a hill alone, pretty much. Like he has no allies anymore. It's so weird. Well, I mean, he has the people that are backing him, but like a true friend or ally, I don't know. I don't see one coming up.
No, I think he's definitely alone at this point.
Yeah, he really like for me. It feels like he really should the pooch with Armin and Mikasa on that one.
Well, Mikasa's still suspicious, right? So is Armin. So you never know. You never know.
That's true.
There could be a way it could be spun, but for now, like it's definitely the bridges have been burned, but they can be put out.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, if anything happened to Aaron, I'm pretty sure Mikasa would jump in, even without the condition that she has on her, or even the same thing for Armin. Like as far as them, they lost everything they have, and all they have is pretty much those three each other basically at one time. But what was I about to say? With the whole entire like Grisha telling Zeke not to follow it and stop Aaron, I'm like, why would he want to stop Aaron now? You already started the ball rolling. It's too late. Like, why would he want to stop Aaron?
That's what I'm confused with. Grisha's already done the deed. It's too late. So what else is there to stop? I think it's funny just because it's just like with Grisha, it seems like he's not even his own person anymore. It's just like he's being he's never had a sense of himself. It's just like I'm being controlled here. I'm being controlled here. It's just like, yo, bro, like who? This is like a puppet at this point.
Yeah, like it's to the point where like I don't know what Grisha's point of view is at anymore. Before, like, okay, when he had Zeke, he sent Zeke out into the world to figure out, okay, we're gonna do this. He was on his own. He knew what his mindset was. And then somewhere along the line, after what happened with Zeke, he's like, no, I'm done with the whole entire taking over everything. I lost everything, so I'm starting just fresh. But my thing is, your son betrayed you. Why would you worry about what his side of fraction has to do anymore? And with him, with the royal family, he came there with the knowledge of I have to do what I gotta do to even just to make right all the deaths that came up until now. Like as far as my point of view on this one, Aaron was right. Like a lot of people died up to this point. You're not doing nothing that's going to make it even worse.
And you're talking about what Aaron's view on Grisha's methods. Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I don't know what Grisha hopes to. Not Grisha. Was it Grisha?
Grisha's the father, Aaron's son, and Zeke is the brother.
No. Yeah, they look the same. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
they look. Talking about, he was making fun of Zeke's methods. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. The authors just made Zeke. I mean, I guess when we saw his backstory, it didn't seem as pathetic as it does now. You know, and then you find out he's got daddy issues, and I'm just like, yo, this is wild. Like, it's just.
It's like he's breaking down every character that we knew up until now.
Exactly.
Like when we first met Grisha, we thought he was a stoic. Like we were excited to see his background, his backstory. We got it. We were like, okay, that's exactly what I expected. But now we're seeing Grisha in a whole new light. Like he's not the same stoic guy we all thought he was originally. Like when it comes to Grisha's character now, it's basically like it's him, but like watered down to
he's
the
still.
upper team.
Yeah, I mean, like he's still stoic, but like definitely, like like he's just been tortured like throughout his whole life. Like even from like before he even had Zeke, he was already plotting shit like against the government. Like he was already living like that life even before he had Zeke. And Zeke was actually like part of his plan to like infiltrate the government and shit. And that ended up being turning. I ended up shitting, like shitting hitting the fan, and then he tried to opt for like a peaceful life. But then it's like, okay, he found a peaceful life. Now he's in this position where like everything he did before could matter now if he gives up his peaceful life. So it's like, damn, this guy has seen so many hard choices, like, and each one is just like, each one can be changed now. It's just so crazy. Like, that's like all I'm thinking about. Like all these choices that like Grisha made, like why didn't he change them if he had the Attack Titan? Like that's another thing. Like he had the Attack Titan.
That's a very good question, and it's actually a question that I kind of had. I'm just like, okay, you had this power the entire time, so it's like, okay, is Aaron God now? Is that where we're going to? It's just like he had the Attack Titan.
Like maybe, like the only thing I could think of, maybe like Grisha has royal blood, right? Like he can use because Zeke has royal blood. No,
Grisha married someone with royal blood, and as a result,
right?
he came.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all brought that up because for me it's kind of weird because Grisha, even with Attack Titan power, with royal blood, once he comes in contact with it, it heightens the power, right? So why did he not utilize the power that Attack Titan had when he was with the wife, like with Grisha's with his first original wife? Like basically, he had more time around royals than Aaron literally had his whole life.
He had more time
Did he
on the
have
road. Well,
the Attack Titan?
He didn't have the Attack Titan then. Remember how he got it? They shot
Oh
him.
yeah, he got it. He got it afterwards.
They put him down in Paradise Island, and that's when he who did he eat?
Oh yeah,
to get the Attack Titan.
He ate like his friend or something.
It was the guard.
Or like his friend gave it to him.
Oh, the guard had the. Oh, the guard was the.
Yeah.
He was the undercover agent, right? Al,
yeah, he
right?
was the undercover agent. He's
His
been there. But thinking
Mm.
about that, the guard's been sitting there and watching, like, literally people, like thousands of his people die and return into Titans day after day after day. Like, if that passes on through the Attack Titan memories and shit, that has to affect the Attack Titan like psyche somewhat. If you think about it.
I agree because it definitely changed Aaron for. I mean, look up. But the funny thing is, Aaron is still Aaron, even though his psyche has changed.
Yeah, he's just more. He's more proactive about what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. He needs to get it done because there's so many bodies that's behind what's been already put in the way, put in the path of what they got to go take. Like if you think about it, how many Eldians died before Aaron got to this point? Like all those deaths were worthless.
Right.
Especially Grisha's little sister as well. Like I forgot how horrible her death was until like I was reminded. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dog. Like,
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
They fed her to the damn dogs.
That's so, and she was like a little girl, bro.
What is with manga authors and dogs? Like
that's
always fucking terrible.
Good question.
Like when it comes to dogs, I already know something's going to happen.
It was like, oh, we got dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we got dogs on.
Some shit's about to go down.
Here we go, dog.
Like, I'm not even going to get attached. I'm going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like so far in the story, though, it's been a good plot so far. But right now, it's to the point where even the author, his portrayal of Aaron and Zeke, he has Zeke in basically all white and Aaron in all black, like good versus evil, which is kind of what I'm like trying to figure out who actually is the protagonist, who isn't. And when it comes down to it, like the world's going to see Zeke as the villain and Aaron as the good guy, and vice versa for each story. But as of yet, I forget the other people. Zeke's people, basically, who he's fighting for. They've been pretty much dicks to the whole world. So why would anybody care about losing them? As far as every other country that's there, it's telling their story about them. They have not been the best neighbors in the world.
Yeah, but aren't they like a huge
Marlia
power or something?
Like if he actually,
aren't they like the biggest country?
Like, they're like the biggest country. They have all the power.
They're like the United States, basically, of the world at the moment. You know, everyone likes to hate on the U.S., but at the end of the day, no one really messes with them, and then they still have deals, and you know what I mean. So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, when it comes to Marley, I think like, everybody likes him, but doesn't want them to have power.
Right. I mean, like, you remember when that lady came and like talked to Mikasa? Like, same thing. Like, she was trying to like do deals that Marley didn't know about. So obviously, like, there are people that don't want Marley around, but it hasn't revealed that force is.
Yeah, because in my viewpoint, if China had a chance, they'll take out America if they had a chance, like any other country, basically. But the thing is, they have too much firepower. Now in Marley, they have high tech equipment, technology, and Titan, so they're like a triple threat. So when it comes down to them, it's just they're a threat to be dealt with because they're dictating the whole world as it is. Like, you're not allowed to make a move without Marley's permission. And like, I get there's innocent people within there, the same way as for Eren, but Eren's people have been dealing with this for eons, and no one has done nothing.
Nothing until now.
And they knew about it.
And that's tragic. Yeah, that's tragic. That's tragic.
So,
but then like just to play like devil's advocate, like let's say Eldia does revolt and does attack Marley and they win. Like, what's the world like now? Like, it's just Titans running everywhere, eating everything in sight. It really would be like the end of the world. Like, because like I'm just thinking, like, once someone has enough power, like, it's easy to lose control. And like, I think that's like a big factor. I think people, like, if everyone was able to control a Titan like the way like the royal family or people with royal blood do it, or anyone who eats like those original Titans does it, like it would be like a power trip. It would be like, damn, like I could just turn into a 10-meter thing and just like crush your house. Like, you know, you piss me off. So there, I can see why like the universe put them in that island because they're afraid. But also, what you said is true. Like, these people, they've been like living for years on this island with no one telling them what's up. Like, their entire existence has been this island, and like that's also fucked up. Like, that's just like, I don't know what's better. Like, in that argument, is it better to like kill them, or is it better to have them kill each other? Like, I don't know. So it's super complex, but like the story is complex, and I really don't know what the better option would be.
I think that's where I'm so stuck with everything that's going on, because I just want, it's like at this point I just want an answer. I just want one clear answer, one thing I can cling on to, because to me everything is so up in the air. Everything is like, okay, is the history true? Is what Eren is doing? Is he in control? Is Zeke in control? What's happening with Mikasa? All the other countries are. It's just like, where are we gonna finally get some clarity? Because the chapter was fire, in my opinion, but
yeah,
it's the lack of clarity that's just been driving me insane with this arc, man. It's just there's so many gray areas. It's just like everything's gray.
I agree.
back on like what
No,
Ari said, like if like Elliot, like the Mollies do get taken out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm guessing what Aaron's father could have seen in his future, basically his future sight, could have been basically like I'm saying it could be like a World War III type of World War I type of thing where everybody's fighting for power at that point when Somalia falls. But even then, is that really worse than having one country being bullied by everyone else? Like at that point, it's everybody's fighting is equal opportunity at that moment in time. It's not no longer like one has upper hand than the other ones. Like I get that if Aaron was to do like destroy Malia, like their major powers, which is the Titans and everything else, but it would be a step up from everybody else because there's no more Titans, there's no more anything. If you leave the Titans afterwards, after the story's done, all it really takes is one person getting like the Titan, right? Any Titan period, and getting their memories and filling out that whole entire mission that the last Titan holder had. So on that note, I think the best thing Aaron would do is probably let them fight it out and just destroy all the Titans.
Destroy all the Titans.
which is what he kind of wants.
I was just about to say that. You're right. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah,
he like, yeah, that was his motivation. Like when the manga started, that's like why I started reading Attack on Titan. You know, I wanted to see Eren, you know, either get revenge or accomplish his goal, and like, I don't think he's gonna get revenge until all the Titans are dead. Like, because he like the situation he found himself in, where he saw his mother getting eaten, is like so unique. Like, only people who live on that island suffer like that. And I think what he really wants is maybe like to make sure no one goes through that again. But he hasn't said that. Like,
the only way to
and
do
that's
that is
kind of like
destroy
what
all
I would
Titans.
want.
Like he's in the right place to say,
Right.
I want all the Titans destroyed. Which I'm hoping in the next chapter it shows something like that happen or anything within that general idea. But I feel like it's leading up to that point because if you look back at it, every tragedy in Aaron's life is caused by a Titan. Well, every tragedy in history in Marley in like anything, it's caused by Titans. Like as far as I'm seeing, like yeah, Zeke is right. Titans are bad, but the thing is, you can't blame a whole race of people for one person's fuck up.
Exactly. Thank you.
Like that's like saying I got robbed by someone like Ari. I'm not going to go out there and like look at every person or skin tone like, nah, you fucking up. I don't trust you. No, it's not my people. It's that one person. So you can't justify the means of one for the lives of many.
Like imagine, right? You're chilling and you see all this violence going on in Chicago, and then you think to yourself, I should kill all the black people so they shouldn't worry about us anymore and all the problems would stop and the violence in Chicago would stop.
That whole mindset is just feels like
it's Thanos-esque. It's Thanos level behavior.
Yeah. Like that's thinking simplified to the utmost. You're not really fixing the problem, you're just getting rid of the whole entire issue. You're doing it the easy way. Like the way Aaron's doing it, he's like I said this. Would you rather go to the grocery store and get your stuff, get your groceries, or you rather roll your sleeves up and go there and get it yourself? And that's what Aaron's doing. Aaron's like, I'd rather get my hands dirty and figure out what really the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
And Zeke is just like, nah, we're just gonna get rid of all of it. Fuck it. We're not getting our hands dirty no more. We're gonna let it all die out.
And that's why it's so childish to me what he's doing. It's just so childish. This is like even the thought process, the conclusion he came to. It's like he's still a child. I just don't. So disappointing, man. So disappointing.
Like I expected something more complex than what he came out with originally. Like when I first met Zeke, I thought he was like a truly like him throwing rocks from miles away to a point no one could catch him.
Right.
They could see it coming, but there's nothing they could do from the speed it's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good strategical move. But as of now, lately, he's been strategical. He's doing all this stuff, but his action, his final endpoint is just not going. It's not hitting.
In any capacity.
No, if anything, I thought something more complex than just making everyone sterile. Because either way, even though you make everyone sterile, those people that sterile, they still got to die miserable like lives on the island, knowing the fact that we're going to get beaten by Titans, but we can't have kids to move further our dreams. That's even worse than before.
Yeah.
Does he not have?
Pretty fucked up.
Does he not have any hopes of like reviving the reputation of his people or figuring out what the real truth is? It's just this whole history thing is stressing me out, bro.
Like I said, he's one of those people I feel like
No,
survivor's guilt, and just he's already about to die anyway in his eyes, so he doesn't really care about the rest of his people. Is what I see it as. He didn't leave. I don't think he lived the life Aaron did. He didn't see how everybody was treated, the Eldians. You know what I'm saying? By the Marleys. So all he knows is he went to the camp with the Marleys and was treated best, like the utmost best. But he didn't see how it was in paradise being like an Eldian. So that kind of shapes his whole entire view on his own people.
I guess that's true. The environment he did grow up in kind of would warp his worldview. And then we get Aaron's worldview based on his environment and what he was subjected to as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's true. Zeke never really had to suffer the way Grisha or Aaron did as an Eldian. So I can see where that standpoint comes from and that lack of empathy, of understanding. If anything, I think just seeing Zeke's behavior just makes me side with Aaron almost 100% because I'm at this point, it's like what you guys said. What else is there left? Just kill them all. Because we definitely not doing Zeke is doing.
I'm not doing what Zeke doing.
We're not rolling with you, bro.
I'm not signing up for that shit.
You say you on your own, my nigga.
Exactly. Like when it comes down to Zeke's idea, I'm like, nah, I'm rolling with Aaron because if we're going to go to war, we're already at war. So what's the difference between the way I live every day of my life growing up, between the way everybody else is living? Y'all been living lovely. It's time for y'all getting on my point of view of my lifestyle.
Right.
That's the way Aaron sees it. Like through his point of view is like, we already live this life every day. We go to war. We don't know if we're gonna go sleep at night growing up. If we're gonna see this person next day, if they're going out with the scouts, or if a Titan's gonna come in and kick our wall down during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So for Aaron's point of view, it's you put him setting the whole world to war. It's nothing to him because he lives that life. He grew up in that environment. For Zeke, he's like, okay, I don't. But then again, the way I could put it is like this: Zeke is like he's a kid growing up with a silver spoon. His dad, Grisha, he's in the middle. He grew up pretty well, but not too good.
Yeah.
And Aaron got the shit. He got the shit like that's at the bottom of everything. He got the shit list on that one. He got the bottom of the pit.
You came from the gutter.
Yeah, exactly. So Grisha, basically, Aaron came from Compton, and Grisha came from basically North Carolina, and Zeke is in like Hollywood,
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Chilling in Inglewood, bro.
Exactly. So for them, for Grisha, he's seeing what Aaron wants to do, but Grisha's not seeing the whole point from Aaron's point of view.
And it's sad that that's happening because you'd think he'd have seen enough suffering by now to understand what's going on, but he thinks he's being empathetic and noble.
Yeah.
And he's not. I think he's. I mean, I guess if it wasn't his end goal, so if his end goal wasn't to kill all of the Eldians, then maybe it would come off more noble. But it's because of the end result that makes everything he's saying seem so creditless.
Yeah, I feel you because it's like, let me see. Hold on, give me a minute. For Grisha, it's just like his plan is at the most is like it's childish, like you said, at best.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes down to it, I'm like, Grisha, dude, no one's going to team up with that shit because it's not what's popping.
Like we're not with it, bro.
there's no way I'm going to sit there and like dilute a whole race of people because of, you know, because one person did bad. No, you can't do that. That's even worse than that one person that did worse. Like you're basically sentencing a whole race of people to death. That's not what's up.
Nah. Do you think Ymir actually can speak?
Like
The
I
slave
feel like
girl.
she has free will somewhat, because even in the chapter before, in the last chapter before, she's been like not fully, not saying she's fully there, but it's been kind of weird with her facial expressions. Like it's blink at moments and there's no eye look, there's no look in her eye, like it's just dead. But there's sometimes, like when Zeke last chapter, he ordered her to do something, she woke up and she felt like she had to do something. Like there's something there, I feel like it. But I think the thing that will take it would be basically like having Aaron or someone interact with her, which is I feel like it's about to happen to unlock her own freedom. Since the Attack Titan is like the personification freedom.
If she does, if Aaron does grab hold of her, can you imagine if Aaron actually, instead of like, it's also like Dragon Ball Z Super stuff, instead of like hoping that he can kill all the Titans, what if he all of a sudden has the same ability to command her as Zeke does, and he's like, I want you to have your own free will and never listen to us again.
That will, like, because that puts everything back to square one. Like at that point, we're all on her what she chose. She's been watching everything go throughout history. She's seen what every Titan has done and what they will done and what they will do from that point on.
Mm.
So from that, I'm like, yeah, it would make sense for him to do that. It's like even with Zeke and Aaron being there, they have most of the Titan abilities within one person, within both of them. Like Aaron has everything except for the Cart Titan and the Colossal Titan and basically the Armor Titan, but everything else is there. Like with Aaron and Zeke, so they got majority of Titans with them.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure that has to come up eventually. Like have no all there.
Aaron has the Warhammer Titan too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a Warhammer Titan. I think he has a Jaw Titan. I think.
No, the Jaw Titan is it Porco?
Yeah.
Oh
He
wait,
has a war.
did he eat pork? No, he didn't eat Porco, did he?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Okay.
No, but he has the Warhammer Titan. He has the Attack Titan. He has, I think, the Founder Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And Zeke has the Beast Titan. That's the majority of most of the Titans within one area.
The only one that's missing now is the female.
Yeah. And she's been MIA.
I was about to say, do we ever hope that Annie comes back? Because she's just been out for a minute.
She's Sleeping Beauty. That's what I'm gonna call it, Sleeping Beauty.
I guess she's just done that.
Yeah, cause I don't really see where she's coming at this point.
I'd be a little disappointed if that's it for her though.
I think we lost Ari. He should come back in probably so, hopefully.
All right.
But as of anything else, like the story up to this point, it's hitting. Like it's going anywhere. There's no really right track you could choose like to predict what's going to happen next.
That's the frustrating thing about Attack on Titan is the fact that we don't even know where to start. At least with One Piece, we kind of got like little trails we can follow, right? With Attack on Titan, I'm just like, bro, what the hell is happening? What is gonna happen? Like everything is pure chaos at the moment. Like Historia's story, like what?
Who got her pregnant?
Who got her pregnant?
Like right now, I'm hoping that we find out it's Aaron or some shit.
Yo, that'd be wild. Oh my god, yo, that would be wild.
Because we have not heard nothing at all. She's been in this log cabin.
And she seems a little dead inside too. Have you noticed?
Yeah, she's just like really just there. She's like, I don't even, on my own, I don't even get it myself.
I don't get it either. I just want to know. I want to know what happened. I want to know okay, Aaron gave the specific instruction: keep the father alive. There's a reason behind that. So then, I'm believing the reason behind that was for Historia. So then, what is her? Is she only? Welcome back, bro. Is it that the fact that she's only a figurehead, or is there actually something that's bigger with her? It seems like there is.
I don't know, but it feels like since Aaron's been there, it's like basically it's like he's been running the country on his own. Like even when they locked him up, they was like, "No, you're freeing Aaron. We want Aaron free." Like he's been called. Feels like he's been calling all the moves in the background.
Now, if he is, how would that change the story in your eyes? If Aaron has been calling the shots since the beginning of the story,
I would feel like it's more like the whole entire like. As much as I hate to say, it, like what's it called? Lelouch and being Zero type of moment.
Yeah,
that's what I would see it as. Like for
Lelouch.
the perfect world, he'll destroy all Titans, including himself.
Okay. No, it is. You're right. Actually, that's a good parallel. The more I think about it now, which makes me believe, is he going to go down the martyr route?
I don't want to see that but then again, the author said the Attack on Titan ending would not be a happy one.
It'd be a tragedy. So if he goes the martyr route,
it'll be a tragedy because he did everything he needed to do. Just at the end of the day, he did not get his dream to see like he did. Him and Armin did see their dreams to see in the desert, the sea and everything.
Oh, that's true. They did. I keep forgetting they actually did that. They saw the sea, saw all of that stuff.
So when I know, I'll be like, yeah, he accomplished everything he needed to do at this point. But being a martyr at that point wouldn't be that bad, but it's still a tragedy because there's no happy ending for him, Mikasa, or Armin. Yeah.
But what would be deemed as a tragic ending? What do you think would be deemed as a tragic ending on your part?
The tragic ending so far would probably be like, I'll say, like Aaron dying and no one knowing what he did at all, not even Armin or no one. All everybody knows is that Zeke is dead. Everybody lost their Titan abilities. And as far as that, the Earth rumbling that the other countries were planning on using, they can't use that no more. So everybody's just there in the blackout. It's like everything just went black. Basically, no one knows what happened. But Aaron did a sacrifice no one knows. And that'd be kind of bad because as far as Mikasa and Armin, like their point of view, they'll still view Aaron as what he said last.
I'd kind of be okay with that.
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay with that. It would be a decent ending.
It'd be a decent ending because Aaron got what he wanted. Everybody's happy, but not everybody's happy. But still, the fact is, it's a decent ending.
Have you read Claymore?
Claymore, not yet.
Oh, okay. So I can't.
Hey, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I can't. No, trust me. It's because the way Attack on Titan is going, Attack on Titan is taking a concept from Claymore. Okay. And I'm wondering if the ending would be in that same manner.
Oh, so yeah, I don't want you to ruin the ending, but
Claymore is a very good read, by the way. Yeah, I need to actually start telling people to read Claymore. Very, very good read, actually.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing like a live read through of that just to catch up with the
Claymore. Oh, that'd be a great live read through. You'd have oh my god, you have so much content for you, dog. That'd be great.
Yeah, because I've been looking at stuff, but with Attack on Titan right now, this chapter has been so confusing. I can't get in my own headspace to figure it out. Like alone, there's no way you can figure it. Like you need a group of people to sit down and just have a conversation around it. Like right now, we still don't. There's lots of stuff like treads that's open up in the air. Like basically, who's the queen's child, who's the husband, right? What's going to happen to the female Titan? And really, like in general, what's the state of like the aliens and the Marlians? What's going to happen with that? Even if this battle happens on Paradise, does the world really know what happened on Paradise?
No,
like,
and that's the thing. The world doesn't know the real history. I don't even think the Marlians know the real history because it's so long ago. So it's like, yo, what is real? And I think the author might be doing this on purpose because if we think about it now, where we're at right now, if we try to think about history and what you've seen in the history books, do we know it's not a conspiracy theory? Because I'm sure a majority of it is accurate, a large majority. But in terms of specific events and specific happenings, and did this actually happen this way to get that result, or did it happen that way to get the same result?
Like the whole concept of how America was made, we stole land, but in our textbooks, it's basically we came here, they didn't want to share, so we took it.
I don't even think they tried to share. To be real with you, I think that's just conquering. That's all that was. It was
came here. It was
fading.
like, yo, that looks nice. Let me have that.
Typical European, diplomacy. We're here to help. We're here to assist. Actually, you're wrong. We're taking over.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
it's basically like we're more advanced than y'all are, so there's no reason for us to even share with you. Like
that's all it was.
What do you have to offer for us? There's nothing.
Exactly. Find out if you can offer us anything. Not, or you're savages. Sorry, guys. Goodbye.
Exactly, and that's basically
easy money. So
like,
then it could be the same thing in Attack on Titan, where it's just like maybe the Eldians weren't as evil as we thought. Maybe a Marlian soldier coveted the power of the Titans and it started the Great War and there was a lot of deaths. They ended up winning the war and Marlians are like, yo, Eldians are, you know what I mean? The classic spin.
Or it could have been like, okay, I have a slave girl. She's Eldian. I'm a Marlian and she's underneath me, so I don't want to take this power. So let's just force it on her.
Yo, I got an idea. What if a Marlian infiltrated the royal family and married and the son of that Marlian changed the whole narrative and the history of everything to the point where Eldians are viewed as the devils, and then that's when the whole Eldian subjugation started, and that's where Marley ended up winning the war because it was a whole, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like a reverse of what the Eldians tried to do.
So in fact, they're like, oh no, we're not to blame. It's y'all. It's definitely y'all to blame. It's not us. It's one of those like, well, we did it, but it's only because they were married to y'all.
Yeah.
One of those type of one of them type of kids.
Yo, if that really happened, that would be dope.
Yeah, it would be a good twist in the whole story process all together.
That would definitely that would catch me off guard. I think it's sad because the other characters that we have, people like John and Connie, Levi, I'm pretty sure we still think he's alive, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not seeing that killing Levi at all. Like he's been through worse.
Doesn't it feel like we're nearing the end of Attack on Titan, and I feel like it seems as though we're not gonna have enough time to flesh out everybody's story. I don't know. I don't know why I just have this overwhelming feeling that we are reaching the end. Maybe it's just because of the way the chapter was. It seemed like very, last step in the road type chapter. You know what I mean?
It's like we're taking this path now. There's literally we can't back it down from this point.
Right.
Right now we're going towards the end of the story.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, it's like you're caught up. Are you caught up with Bleach at all?
Yeah, I'm caught up with Bleach.
So it's like when Ichigo walks into that chamber to face Yua Bach, right?
Oh, that shit! Oh my gosh!
You know what I mean? It definitely felt. First of all, that was a clown show, but like, don't get me wrong, that was a clown show. But like,
every time I hear Yua Bach, I get like PTSD. I'm like, oh god.
I know that the way Bleach ended was a clown show. I'm very disappointed that it ended it, but
it's just like, oh man.
It's like when they walked in.
Yeah.
And you could tell, okay, here the ending is coming. You know what I mean? You just feel I'm like, okay, we got
Like
like maybe 4 chapters left. You
this
know?
this is the threshold right here. Then the next chapter we find out, okay, there's only 10 more chapters left.
Right. And that would
Like,
shock me.
yeah.
You know, I hope that's not the case because there's still so many. There's no clarity.
Yeah. There's
There's
too many
no
questions.
clarity.
Like, what's going on with this female Titan? And like, there's lots of questions that's still up in the air. Like,
Exactly.
even though it's a monthly manga, I don't think he's able to put it all within all the context of everything he needs into one conjoined chapter per chapter to feed everything that needs to be fed into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he kills Annie, then okay, yeah, you killed Annie, I got you. That's not a problem because she's basically dead to the story. Like, she's been dead since for years. Like,
Literal
as
years,
much
maybe
as
like 6 years. Yeah.
yeah, she's been dead in the story for years. So at this point, yeah, if Aaron does decide to kill all the Titans in that situation, like, and losing Annie is not that bad of a story, but there's other like plot threads that's in the air. Like, basically, what I'm trying to say is like it all depends on what happens next chapter if we're really at that threshold.
I
Like,
guess we just gonna have to wait and see then if that's the case. But we got a month to wait, bro. My
yeah,
God.
it's a month, so a month we got to sit there on our hands and wait and think about what if. That's why I was like, I can't sit a month thinking about the what ifs.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what's going on with this shit now as soon as possible. Like, I gotta talk to somebody about it.
We're spoiled with week to week manga sometimes. I swear, we don't realize
Yeah.
how hard the journey is until you read something like Berserk or Attack on Titan. You just like, bro.
Oh man, like I read Berserk, I caught up, and that's
Catching up was
yeah.
one of the worst things that ever happened to me, bro.
No
Ever.
one, no one told me when you catch up Berserk, there's a wait. I thought by the time I catch up, I'm like, okay, well,
We're here.
been on break for years. We'll see. So I'll finally catch up. I'm like, wait, where's the next chapter? What the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, last thing I know is Griff. Like, we're switching to like the Griffith, the guts. I'm a Griffith, and he's in this like Falconia.
Right.
No, I'm not cool with this. Take me back to Griffith and like guts and Casca. That's not what's up.
Have you read the latest chapter?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, they did take us back there, so thank God. But
Yeah.
it's sad. It's sad because I'm like, I wish you had told me this earlier instead of leaving me in suspense.
But last chapter before that's where I caught up at. I was like, God damn
Oh yeah, no, that's a horrible chapter to catch up to. That I forgot about what happened last chapter. Honestly,
it. Yeah. But the whole thing right now, a monthly like manga and situation altogether is just it's really hard to sit there and wait a month and then be like, nah. Like if One Piece chose to be monthly, I don't think it would be able to do that because
No, it wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to make it.
nah, like only manga I think that should be monthly is probably Hunter x Hunter.
I would be okay with that, just because
It keeps it moving.
there's a lot to cling to, you know.
Yeah. Like with Hunter x Hunter being monthly, it'll give the author a reason to keep moving forward without having to pressure yourself to keep going every week. But I'm just
No.
glad that I was able to talk to you and Ari tonight, even though like sorry Ari, I'm pretty sure that your connection will get better eventually. But right now it's been a fun conversation. Like I hope we could do more of these in the future.
Oh no, absolutely, bro. Just let me know.
All
I'm always
right.
down.
Like for real, but it's good seeing you and I'm pretty sure we touch every base we could touch on this one.
Oh, of course. Nah, I think we've definitely covered the entire chapter as it is. So
Yeah.
there's
We
plus it's
did,
confusing.
but we went into depth of belt basically everything. Like one thing that I could think about that we didn't touch on was basically like the whole inner monologue that Zeke was having while watching Aaron and like watching his dad interact with Aaron growing up.
Right.
Like for me, it felt like Zeke regretted what he did to his father.
He did. I think they both regretted it. I think they had that touching moment where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was a horrible father. You know what I mean? Like it was this
Yeah,
closure for both of them. So I think that was one of the most enjoyable parts of the chapter, kind of just like watching the life, and we're all seeing Aaron and Zeke's perspective of Aaron's life. And it was just like this is really fascinating. It was it was very, very fascinating to see that.
And like Zeke's point of view was like, dude, your life is fucked up, bro. What the fuck happened to you? Like, dude, this is different from my side of the tracks.
He said, "Damn, your mom's got killed too. Damn, dog." Like,
I really want to see if if out of everything was to see Zeke's mom eating Aaron's mom.
Yeah, I think he needed to see that.
I think he really needed to see that of anything.
And he watched it. You forget, Aaron watched his mom get torn to shreds. Like, that's not cool.
You watch, like, he literally watched his mom get ate by his dad's ex-wife.
Basically, Grish's mom. Like, that's wild.
I'm like, Zeke, bro, you gotta. If I was Aaron, if Aaron knew that, Aaron would force Zeke to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this is why we gotta do what we gotta do, bro.
Oh, that's true. Aaron doesn't know. Ooh, I forgot about that. Like, but no, Aaron should know because he got the memory.
He got the memory of his dad. But if Aaron shows Zeke that, I think that will change Zeke's mind somewhat. Like, yeah, some shit has to change. Like,
so you think he'll have a Sasha moment?
Not a Sasha moment, but I think every son has a soft spot for their mom, no matter how much he was a traitor or whatnot.
Oh, my bad, not Sasha. Gabby.
Gabby?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, like Sasha, she's gone.
Like Sasha's dead, bro. My bad.
Sasha, potato girl.
Rest in peace.
Oh man. But I don't think he'll have a Gabby moment. I think he'll just be like, bro, this is some shit has to there has to be a better way, or we just have to get rid of everyone. This wouldn't happen. But the thing is, Zeke doesn't understand. Your mom was not really like with them. She's a royal, so she's not really of their blood fully. So for him, I'm just like, dude, that's the only thing I wish Aaron would have showed him. I think that would have been icing on the cake for Zeke.
It would have been, but it's whatever the author wants at this point, man.
Yeah.
We can wish and hope, but now we just got to keep going and see
what happens next month.
Gonna happen. Yeah, see what happens next, man.
But if that's the case, I hope we can do this every month. I'll see you next month, bro.
It's been fun. Man. It's been real, bro. Let me know if you are interested in talking One Piece, bro. Come through to my channel sometime.
Of course, I'm dead ass. I'll be there.
I bet.
All right, but holla out to your YouTube channel and let them know where to go to.
All right.
All right. Y'all should check out Jay the Legend. He's truly, like I said, he's truly a legend out here on the streets. If y'all can subscribe to his channel, follow him on Twitter, and that's all for tonight, y'all. Like and subscribe if y'all like it. We'll keep doing this. All right. Good night.
Deuces. How do I hang up?